Hey, today we're going to read the entire chapter 9 of Joshua. It's a long chapter, but it's a great story, and it teaches us quite a bit. So put me on pause and read all of Joshua chapter 9. Okay, you're back. This is the Gibeonite deception, and weren't these guys great actors? I mean, this is a really good story. So these kings, I don't know whether they were late to the game or what. They all of a sudden realize now they've known they were coming, and all of a sudden they decide to unite after Jericho, after Ai, and after they realize that they are worshiping God and giving God the glory, then they start to realize these guys are serious. Maybe they should have realized it earlier. Maybe it was the fact that they had the big worship ceremony that they realized that God really was blessing these people. It wasn't just a fluke. Anyway, they get together and they say, hey, we need to unite and make war against Joshua and Israel. But the people of Gibeon said, no, we don't want to do that. And so they send this delegation with the old donkeys and the old clothes and the bread that's dry and moldy, and they go and they say, hey, we're from a distant country, and, we want to make a treaty. Well, right there, we're from a distant country. Why should it have mattered? Because they're playing into Israel's, the further the country, the more cachet, if you will, the Israelites have. So if it had just been somebody right next door, which it was, they would have probably gone, no, we can beat you. But this is a country that's far away, so we're really great. They're already trying to make a treaty with us. So Joshua says, who are you? And what are you talking about? And so we've heard reports from all that he did in Egypt and these faraway places, the two kings of the Amorites east of the Jordan. So they're trying to prove this distance, that they've heard of all these things far away. So really, again, playing into that big-headedness. And so Joshua's, let's make a treaty, and here have some of our moldy bread and some of our really bad wine. And so Israel said, oh, okay, let's do that. And they never once inquired of the Lord. And that's not a good thing. So then Joshua made a treaty with them. And 3 days, it only took 3 days for the truth to come out. Again, the secret thing. You just can't keep secrets. 3 days, and the Israelites did not attack them because they had made an oath on God's name. And so the people grumbled, as people will grumble. As wouldn't you if your president said, oh, we're going to make a treaty with China, and we're just going to give up everything, and China's just going to be our servant. Well, it may have been a good treaty, but, oh yeah, now we've got to take care of every person in China. Every person. So, they're our enemies, and we got to take care of them. So, number one, we don't trust them, and number two, now they're living on our system, our financial system. So, Joshua probably is like, what have I done? And he finally decided he would let them live among the Israelites, but they're going to be the lowest of the lowest. So the woodcutters and water carriers are the lowest servants. And the woodcutters in particular are going to be right there at the altar. So he's, whether he realizes it or not, he puts them in a place where they're forced to see the worship of God on a daily, hourly basis. They use a lot of wood in those altars. So the Gibeonites say, great, we took a chance, we lied, but it was either do that or die, because we knew you were going to come and kill us. So apparently that's what they are to this day. You see again this assimilation of these foreign cultures into the Israelite nation, and that's going to come into play throughout their history. It's good because, yes, those people can learn to worship the true God, but it's also bad because they influence the Israelites away from the true God. The lesson today is, always inquire of the Lord. You may not get an answer, which is okay, but it might come to you, and don't trust that moldy old bread. Just don't trust it. Tomorrow we'll take up at chapter 10.